is the moment, tonight is the night.
Good morning, everyone. It's Crypto Analysis coming at you with an update video on Bitcoin, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, Bitcoin is retesting major support zone around 108,000 after rejecting the 112,000 region. The daily chart is showing some interesting signals right now. Today, we're going to break down what this pullback means, what key levels I'm going to watch for next, and how RSI and EMAs are setting up for Bitcoin's next move. So we can start with the daily structure. Bitcoin's currently sitting at the 200-day EMA, so it is acting as short-term support. If you look closely, price failed to hold over the 20-day and 50-day EMA, and both of those are now starting to curl downwards, signaling short-term weakness inside a broader consolidation. The key ranges I'm watching for is between 103 and 112, because if Bitcoin loses this area, there's not much immediate support until I mean, obviously we'll look at the next areas of support, which does line up with the next area of demand, which in my opinion is going to be around 96,000, but that's that would be very, like, that's not bullish at all. So basically, okay, so like moving on to the RSI, the RSI is now sitting at 42, which showing that momentum has shifted bearish, but hasn't reached oversold yet. So we might have more downward pressure. It doesn't have to hit oversold, but it is bearish. I mean, it did curl down, and now we're going back down basically. So what I'm watching for is a bounce in RSI at least back above 50. That's often the early sign that bulls are regaining control, but right now it's not the case. And if the RSI drops below 40, though, it could confirm a deeper retracement towards the 103 area. So if we do drop below 40, we might actually come down to 103, and if not, make a lower low and validate exactly what happened the last couple times where you were making lower lows. So yeah, basically the bearish news. Happy Thursday. Now zooming out, this move actually fits within a broader Fibonacci retracement structure. From the last swing low up to the recent high, Bitcoin has now retraced to the 0.5 level, which often acts as a pivot zone in trending markets. As long as we hold above 103, 104, the lower end of this channel, we still be in a macro uptrend, and that macro uptrend remains healthy. Though that's a car I was going to buy, but now I can't because Bitcoin's going down. That's the area that I'd expect buyers to step in. Same place where we found strong support earlier this year. So but if Bitcoin can't hold this base and reclaim 112 to 113, if Bitcoin can hold this base and reclaim 112 to 113, then we could start looking at the next highs, first around 120 and eventually 139 to 148 resistance. Now, what's interesting is the setup looks very similar to Bitcoin's mid-cycle consolidation in previous years, like mid-2020 and early 2024, like right here and right here. So after big rallies, Bitcoin tends to spend weeks chopping sideways, testing the 200-day EMA, which you can see here, here, and then here. And resetting momentum before the next push higher. So I do think that we are in that still. So we could be in the same phase again. Short-term fear, long-term structure, still bullish though. Now, the two scenarios obviously could go up and could go down. I get it. So if that's what you think, then it is what it is. But The bullish case scenario is if Bitcoin bounces here and closes back above 112, we will likely see a retest of 120. Then momentum could carry us towards 139 to 148 target zones. But in a bearish case scenario, like we've been saying for, I don't know, since we made the higher high and since July, if price loses 103 to 104 support, expect a sharper drop to the high 90s region before demand kicks in again. So I know that's a pretty big capitulation. That's a pretty big move down, which is going to absolutely wreck altcoins and even my coins. So at the moment, it's neutral. It's a neutral to cautious setup, but it's right at a level where volatility usually returns. We just have to kind of wait to see which direction volatility is going to take us. So yeah, so that's basically it. In short, Bitcoin's testing the 200-day EMA, the RSI is cooling off, and price is hovering over critical support zone. This is probably the quiet before the next big move, and the next few daily closes are going to be key in determining the direction. So yeah, so I'm trying to be a little bit more professional with my videos. So if you found this breakdown helpful, drop a like, hit a subscribe, and comment below. Do you think Bitcoin's going to hold $100,000, or are we heading in for one more dip before the next leg up? Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of your support. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And I'll see you in the next one.